What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Cinematic Boys podcast.
What's up, my
First of all,
boys? We back. We still alive. Sorry to
like
disappoint
Bilal,
y'all.
like Bilal
Oh,
said,
you're pointing the wrong direction, my boy.
it's towards you. A point towards you, like Bilal said. We are
I'm
back. It's
see. That's it. See. There's a difference, you know.
we back. It's been nearly a month and a half since you saw me. It's been 2 months since you saw Bilal. But we are back. We are here to talk about one of our most anticipated movies of the year. Mine, at least. I think Bilal's got a couple. And it is, of course, Sinners. We're going to be talking about today.
Of course, it's Thunderbolts. There we go. Yeah, that's what we're talking. We said that early, didn't we? All right, Marvel.
Thunderbolts are universal.
Marvel. Invite us to one of y'all premieres, man. Like, come on, man. Just hook us up, bro.
True. Avengers Doomsday. That's what we do.
Actually, James Scott, hook us up for Superman, man. Like, you know.
I do want to go with the Superman premiere. That would be great. But we're talking about Sinners today. Before we get into it, we're going to do what we have watched this week. So, Bilal, you're up. What have you watched this week?
Give me a sec. I've been watching Snowfall, the TV show, binging that shit. Amazing show. Watch it. Yeah, that's one of them. Saw Minecraft.
Oh, you saw Minecraft.
Um, I watched it with some kids, like my friend's son, nephew. So it's actually not that bad. I actually kind of liked it. Like I was surprised. There was a warning in the beginning. It was like, "Don't throw popcorn in the beginning." I'm like, huh. I wonder why. Yeah. I saw Creed, and I did a podcast episode with Kosh, the Sin and Pursuit podcast, and we talked about Creed for like nearly 2 hours, and it was a really great discussion. So I might let Dakota put a link to that in the description. Saw the Amateur, really enjoyed that. That was fun. Yeah, and Mickey 17 was a lot of fun. And then I watched Triple Frontier, the most underrated Netflix movie ever made. Like, I don't know why no one talks about that movie because it's really good.
That
And
movie's actually good.
yeah, and you got a great cast of people coming from Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaac, Charlie Hunnam, Petra Pascal, Adriana Jonah. It's a good movie. Yeah, I think and they're the run of the mill of what I watched this week.
So, I'm going to just shoot around this month. Just some of the highlights. I watched Minecraft, of course. I thought it was really damn good. I won't say that. I thought it was really damn good.
Excuse me.
Then I finally have watched Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom.
And what do you think about that?
It's just okay.
Did them Black Manta so dirty though? I was expecting way more from him.
That ending, I did not like the ending. It was too jokey. It was all that. I watched that the same day because one, I saw Max. Two, I need some more. I'm finishing up my James Wan filmography right now. Plus, I forgot I didn't even get to see that in theaters. So
Yeah. But like then again, I don't blame James Wan for it. I feel like it's like studio screwing them over realistically. Plus, a certain person was in it, and they probably cut a whole bunch of that person's scenes because of events of like
oh yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
yeah, that person shall not be named.
Then I watched The Amateur also.
Oh yeah,
I like The Amateur. I gave it 4 stars.
yeah.
Then the last two movies I really watched this week, I rewatched Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2. His first one I thought was just okay. It's the second one, George knows what masterpiece is, and I locked in on that, and holy shit, it's good.
Okay.
It's really good. Then I rewatched Oppenheimer. Had to witness.
You probably watch Oppenheimer to see which movie you like better, Cinders or Oppenheimer.
No, I watched I was gonna watch Dune because, of course, Dune, Oppenheimer, and Sinners all released in 70 mil, like
Yeah.
actual 70 mil. And I didn't get to see Dune, but I did rewatch Oppenheimer again. I still love it. It's my fourth time
Random
watching this.
question. What's your top five favorite movies of the decade so far? I put you on the spot, didn't I?
Oh
Ooh.
shit. Oh, let's do that at the end. I don't want to do that right now because we haven't said our thoughts for Sinners. I kind of want to hold that till the end because
I already got two of them right there.
because I'm going to just say Sinners might be involved in it, might not. So I kind of want to hold that off till the end.
Spoiler alert is definitely involved. The way this man was hyping me up in Letterboxd is definitely involved. Oh, this is one of the greatest movies. One of my favorite movies of all time too. Yeah, it's definitely involved. There's no way it ain't.
Instead of top five, let's do top 10. Let's wait till the end of the episode.
Oh, top 10.
Yeah, let's wait till the end of the episode to do that.
Ooh.
But of course, my last watch of this week was, of course, Sinners. Let's just get right into the talk about this movie because I want to fucking yap about this movie. I'll let you go first about your review.
First of all, Miles Cadden. First time acting, amazing performance, show his acting chops, emotional acting at his finest. Also, his like singing voice was so beautiful in Cinders. It's something I'm really excited to see what he does in the future because that guy's talented. Have been my majority played two twins with the dynamics was really interesting. Smoke and Stack, I thought they were really, 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 really great. I love this movie is more of a setup movie for the horror to come in and later down to play. And I feel like the setup elements was really, really awesome and really engaging by Ryan Coogler. And I feel like the score really works well with the scares because of how it immerses you into the world building and seeing this stuff go down and juke joint was really great. Jack O'Connell as what's the what's his character's name again?
Remake.
Remick was so complex and a layer villain that I really, really appreciate. Especially with Ryan Coogler always having such complex villains in his story from Killmonger to Namor to Ramick. It just shows that he knows how to write villains in the best skill possible, and I feel like that Sinners is a prime example of that. Also, the way that they changed the aspect ratios was super engaging. Especially during the third act, I thought that was just really phenomenal. And there's a couple of scenes in this movie that we'll talk about later that got my mind blown on how they make that happen to reality. And I feel like everyone does a great job at performances. And yeah, oh, I'm gonna dive into spoilers so badly, but yeah, this movie's phenomenal. Go watch Sinners right now. Yeah. What what about you, man?
This movie, holy shit. There's so much thoughts I have about this movie. This movie is spectacular. Going to it, fun fact, me and you, when the news broke, we're doing this podcast. So we have been through this whole entire
Yeah,
journey of
exactly.
this movie. With the concept when we first had it of vampires being versus the KKK, we thought it was that's gonna be very interesting to what Kugel could do with that. But this movie is not that. It's a lot more. Um, this movie could have been marketed any other way.
Yeah.
It's marked as a vampire movie. It could be marked as a drama, as a gangster film, as so much more.
Fun fact about this movie that I really love is Ryan Coogler did tribute to his uncle James, because he was into blues music heavily, and his uncle meant so much to him as well. So I thought that was really incredible that you did that too. And he's buying the rights for Cinders because of that reason too, which is really, really awesome. something I want to point out.
I didn't even know that because I knew about the deal, but I didn't know that was because of it. But the acting is phenomenal. Michael B. Jordan's always good as he is. Haley Steinfeld, she's good in this. Miles Ken, first time acting like you said. This dude's gonna be a star if he keeps on going. The cinematography, Chef's Kiss. This movie has made history with the first ever female DP being behind the IMAX
Yeah, yeah,
camera. Then also the way Coogler shot this with Panavision 70. I think it's
yeah,
with Panavision, then IMAX 70 millimeter. First ever movie to do that also. Because Nolan didn't the shot was a straight 70 millimeter. And you especially see that because I after I talked to you Bilal about the aspect ratio, the standard aspect ratio wasn't everybody's screening. The when the screen changed ratios was for everybody. Like for me and you, I think it was the 190.
yeah.
But of course, for if you saw in 70 mil, you got that 143. And I think that's what is so good about this film because those moments when the aspect ratio changes, you're synced into this movie. And that goes along with the score. Ludwig Göransson, you, my dude, need it's going to be by the end of his career. I'm gonna say this right now. By the end of his career, he's going to be the greatest composer of all time.
He's definitely gonna win our Oscar this year for sure. There's no doubt about it. There's no way he's not winning our Oscar for that score.
Right now, that will be his third. Next year, he's also doing Odyssey with Nolan. So he's doing back to back years of scores, and he won for Oppenheimer. He won for Black Panther. He won. Did he win for Wakanda Forever? Or was the first
No,
one?
no, he didn't. He only just won one. He got nominated twice though.
Because I know he done. No, he won twice. He won two.
Really?
Yeah, I think
No.
it was. I don't know if it was the first one, Wakanda Forever. Then he won Oppenheimer.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
I know you won for Oppenheimer. Then it must have where you won twice.
yeah. I think it's either
Um,
Wakanda Forever. I think it's Wakanda Forever.
you want to look it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up real quick. I think it's Wakanda Forever because I'm thinking both soundtracks, and I pull more towards of the Wakanda Forever soundtrack.
Oh, also, his he did great composing for Ryan Coogler for Creed as well. With the trumpet sounds, that was actually really fire. Which you haven't seen yet, right?
No, I think he also done Fruitville Station.
Yeah, I mean Ryan Coogler always gets him into composing, and I feel like Ryan Coogler does a great job. Yes, I believe Ryan Coogler and him were like college buddies, and they just always work together, and that's what I love about Ryan Coogler. He just brings people he loves into his projects. Like he loves Michael B. Jordan. Like that's like a brighter connection that they have together, and they have worked with each other every single project, which is something really awesome to see. I'm sure
So,
they're gonna continue doing that too. Which is going to be great.
so Ludwig has won two. He won for Oppenheimer, and he won for Wakanda for not Wakanda Forever. He won for the first Black Panther
Oh,
back in was that 2019. Let me see if he's nominated for any others.
yeah, I think he might have been nominated for Creed, right?
Maybe I'm looking at the Academy. Let's go down to the Academy. I think it's the Academy at the top, and that might be at the top.
Excuse me.
Dun- yeah, this is so weird. How? Oh yeah, it's the Critics' Choice Awards, isn't it? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Um, I know why it said don't say Black Panther, but he did win for Black Panther though. Um, but he was nominated for Tenet.
Oh yeah, I forgot he did Tenet. That's the movie that I couldn't understand the dialogue because Christopher Nolan messed up the sound mixing so bad for that. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I officially found. Yeah, I officially found it now. So I'm going back to 24. Of course, he won for Oppenheimer. What else did he do? He done Black. I want to see if Wakanda Forever was nominated. What year was that? Would that been? That would been. Yeah, that would been the 95th. Let's go down to scores. I'm trying to look through right now. Oh, yes, right here. Um,
How do you spell his name?
yo, he was never It's it's Ludwig, so
Oh yeah,
Ludwig.
Ludwig. Yeah,
So he
Ludwig.
was not nominated for Wakanda Forever.
Dang. What about Creed though?
That's what I'm about to go through Creed and Tenet because I know that's the Critics' Choice Awards, but I don't know if that was the actual um Academy.
Uh, okay, so you won in 2024 and 2019. You're right about that.
So let me look. No, Tenet was even nominated. And Creed, what year was that? 2016. So I'm thinking to 2017 Oscars.
Oh, Creed was 2015. It was 2016 Oscars. So
Okay, I will be heading that way right now. So it looks like the only time he's only been nominated twice so far.
what? That's wild. Anyways,
Let's see, best score. Yeah, he was only nominated twice and he won both times.
all right. Round question. Do you think this is super early? Do you think Michael Jordan and Miles Cadden could be nominated for the Oscars? I
Yes,
know we're only 4 months in 2025, but
this is the movie that will get the most nominations. I think Coogler
oh,
will get nominated for best director, best best actor will go to Jordan. Nomination, um, best supporting actor will go to Miles. Best supporting actress will go to the actress who
and
played Annie.
Annie, yeah, I was gonna say that.
They could be two best nominations for supporting actor. They could put Jack O'Connell in here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna say this. This is like out 2025's Doom Part Two. This should be the movie that should be sweeping.
And Jack
Which
O'Connell might get two. Can get two nominations because I will talk about that later on in the episode.
28 years
Years
later.
later,
Yeah,
I would talk about his character later
I
on.
got the IMAX poster right there somewhere. Right.
Oh, for Sinners.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wish I got that. I when I went, there was no posters. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm hopefully going to try to get a poster for back here.
Yeah.
But besides the score, it's all amazing. The cinematography is really good in this, but I don't want to yap too long for spoiler free because I want to deep dive straight into this movie because this movie, I'm gonna just say, is an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of spoilers, what did you think about like the whole opening sequence?
Okay, before we get into it, if you guys haven't seen Sinners, of course, do go see this movie. This movie, you want original horror, you want original films, go see this movie and go see this movie on the biggest screen possible.
If you don't, you'll regret it for the rest of your lives.
I'm actually gonna agree with that too. But you talk about the opening scene. I like the opening scene.
Yeah.
It brings you, especially if you watch in IMAX, because me and you did.
Oh my god, I jumped
Wait,
so much.
that whole the sound design of it is great. But when Miles was pulling into the church, or Sammy, yeah, Sammy was pulling into the church, that whole aspect ratio of the 1:9, and you gain the whole entire landscape out through there, chef's kiss. But when you get into that church and you get that jump scare, at first, did you think he was a vampire?
Uh, sort of. But I'm like, nah, because I didn't see Ghost Red eyes on him, so I was like, nah, it's fine.
I was just thinking because he was just standing there. His father's like, "You can come on," and he was just standing at the door.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's because, well, this is essentially the end of the movie, basically, that they show in the beginning. But I feel like Sammy was just really traumatized from the experience that he went through during that moment. So it make him scarred and shows their emotions really well, especially with Miles Catton having that, emotional phase and depth without no dialogue, which is another really present thing in the opening, I thought. And him just having that decision that should he play this guitar or should he throw it out and bury it. It's such a layered thing about one little scene that we see in the beginning, which is great.
But the whole entire, I think it's so tensed, and you get those subtle like jump scares, and of course the jump scares is near the end. We find out so good though, because at first when I saw the jump scares, I'm like, okay, this must be a remake at some point because you could kind of tell it was him in the shots. But I love this whole entire opening scene. It really captivates you in this movie. And I think this is what has it's a perfect example of what a movie should do. There's a lot of movies do a lot of build up. This one don't have build up. It puts you straight into the movie right there because you want to know what happened to this kid.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like this movie does a great job of hooking you in right off the beginning that keeps your attention with like the super engaging dialogue in this movie that throughout the whole movie you don't feel bored. You're just hooked to these characters because they're so well written. And I feel like the side characters do a lot in this movie as well. It's not, oh, maybe Jordan's the main star. No, I feel like everyone gets the moment to shine in this movie, which is another fantastic thing about Ryan Coogler. He knows how to write supporting characters and knows how to add depth to these characters as well, which we'll talk about later on for sure. But like for example, Smoke and Stack, like might be Jordan, you could really tell which character he's portraying, and their personalities are really, really different, and shows his range as an actor as well. And then the chemistry with him and Miles is excellent as well. So I don't know. Ryan Coogler knows what he's doing when it comes to writing characters and filmmaking in general.
But after that, we get introduced to the twins, the smokestack twins. That's a great introduction for both of them.
Nah, because
I love that, and I love that whole entire scene because it's the shot and all the Ludwig soundtrack in the background, of them just standing there at the truck,
yeah,
and it's the soundtrack because of course they're waiting for the landowner, and when they go into that barn, they're like they know something sketchy with the whole entire barn.
yeah,
They're like, "Oh, why are the floors like? What's this on the floor?" And I think they knew there was something up. He's like, "Oh," he spits on the ground, kind of like showing like, "Oh, it's dip spit," but they know it's something more than just dip spit on that ground.
yeah, exactly. Um, it was Smoke that shot that guy in the beginning, right? If I remember correctly.
No stack.
Oh, Stack. Oh yeah, Stack's like the more aggressive.
No, 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 yeah, no, no, never
No, it
mind. It
was
was Smoke.
Smoke because I
Yeah,
saw him. Yeah, it was Smoke. It was Smoke.
because he
This,
was by himself. Are we talking about when he's in the town?
yeah, like the in the town. Remember to go into what's the character's name? Oh well,
It's Bo's and I forgot his wife's name. It's his shop when they're going to his
yeah,
shop.
it's Shaw, and yeah, it was Smoke because Smoke wants to smoke. That's why it's called Smoke.
And that whole entire scene, he's like, the dude's like, "You just shopping in the ass they dirt." He's like, "Oh, hey, Smoke, how you doing?" He's like,
Yeah.
looks like you trying to get my truck. He's like, "Oh, man, I didn't know it was your truck." This is my favorite part. I bust out laughing. It's when the dude just standing over there looking like about to piss his pants. He shoots me. He's like, "What the fuck did you just do that for?"
Yeah, man. I feel like it's great comedy right in the beginning. I mean, it's a really serious movie, but like serious movies should have like a little bit of comedy to like sprinkle some entertainment value that way as well, and I feel like it does that really well too.
With this whole entire thing, especially this opening, there's so many stuff I could pick from here. Um, I like the interaction between Smoke and the little girl.
Yeah,
He because he's like, I'll give you was it 5 cent for to do it? And she's like, okay. He's like, no, 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 no. He's like, where I from come from, we negotiate. 5 cents not enough. Give me a price offer, and they do, and they bargain down. And you also see that in the shop with Bo's wife and him.
yeah, I like that too. I feel like that was really solid.
Another jump scare. I wonder if it got you the snake.
Oh, the snake. We talked about this on FaceTime, bro. Well, not FaceTime, Instagram video call. I'm like, oh yeah, that jump scare really got me. Just like they got a snake, and the snake jumps in such a terrifying way, like the realistic way too. And then like was it Smoke who stabs the snake? Yes, obviously
Yeah.
Smoke wants some smoke. You know, always needs some smoke. That's why it's called Smoke. I'm gonna keep saying that because it's funny. But I love that scene because I would never be able to stab a snake. You know, I'll probably let the snake bite me. Because I'm too scared to do anything. I'll be like shook. I'll be frozen.
Then after that, I'm trying to think of the whole entire movie because this movie like jumps all over the place, but so good. I think this next we meet Delta Slim
Yeah, yeah,
at
we
the train
did.
station. But I think of course before even before that, you get the moment between Stack and Sammy when Sammy's playing the guitar.
Yeah, yeah. Smoke and Sammy, and they have so much respect for each other because Sammy is a great artist. I mean, he has the beautiful voice. He has the love for music, and having the love for music brings his evil spirits that we know are the vampires, which add such a great dynamic too. And yeah, man, like it was a great introduction for Sammy as well.
And of course, we go to the train station. We meet Delta Slim. Yeah, that I love. Oh, who's the actor who plays it?
Leroy something.
There is it Delroy Linden.
Yeah, Daroy Linden, I believe. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How that dude was so funny in that movie. He's like, man. He's like, who the fuck are you? He's like, I'm having a juke joint tonight. You won't come. He's like, we're serving beer. He's like, I don't want your fucking beer. I got all the whiskey I need right here.
Yeah, yeah. We'll talk about his funniest scene later on, because that you know what scene I'm talking about, right?
I think I know what you're saying. You're talking
Yeah,
about. Then of course, before we even get back to both of them, um, Haley Steinfeld's Mary comes up to Stack,
yeah,
and oh my god, I didn't know this movie was going to get very, very uh adult fight real quick.
I mean, it's vampires. I mean,
Oh, she when she said you stuck my tongue in that and fucked me so hard, I'm like, oh shit.
dude, the way she said it though, like it was funny too. At the same time with the center accent, yeah.
This
And
this next
also, wait, this is how George Allen's life's been going.
and this is
My bad, my bad, my bad.
then I love how Stack's like you better keep your voice down, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Because of course a lot of people think that Mary's white even though she's 1/8 African American.
yeah. Speaking of speaking of which, Haley Steinfeld's
She is one.
grandfather's
She is one
black.
eighth. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
one
she's
eighth.
actually 180. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I feel like she also has a Philippines descent as well. So just multi-cultured.
Yes.
Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just brown. I think you know that. Well, why you laughing, man? That's my skin color, bro.
It's the way you said it, though. It's the way you just said it. It was so quiet.
You better clip this on TikTok and post it because I feel like this be a highlight, bro. Anyways,
Oh,
um,
but then after that, she goes off. She gets pissed, goes off, right? And it's the bear scene of Delta Slim's like, man, I still don't want to do this. And Stack, he's like, I got this Irish beer. And Delta Slim's like, hold the fuck up. He's like, what's that? He's like, this is Irish beer. He's like, let me try some of that. He tried, and Stack's like, I got 8,000 more of those on me. He's like, well, fuck then. And of course, you're
yeah.
going down the road. Oh, this is my other favorite part. You're going down the road, right? And you get Sammy back there, and they're like, ho, let's wait till the juke joint to do all of this. And then they pull up the cornbread.
Wait. If I'm not remember, was it Smoke talking to Annie before they go to cornbread, or
I thought it
was
was
that after?
I think it was after
Oh, it's after. See, like I'm still trying to piece things together because I
because
was
I
in
think it
the.
was the cornbread thing that Annie.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Um, I think it is. I might be wrong. Um, but they pull up and they're like, cornbread, get in here. But before then, it's the when they pass by the people, all the prisoners, and
Yeah,
Delta Slim yells at them, and the officer gets mad, and he tells them that he used to have a life doing bad, and that's a lot of his guys that he knows. But then they
yeah.
pull up to the cotton fields, and they call for cornbread, and oh my god, this whole entire scene's so funny. Cornbread's like, I had nothing to do with y'all. I don't want to do nothing.
But we got money though.
He's like, you got money though, and then Cornbread's like, you gotta stop it. He's like, shut the fuck up. And he's like, well, your bitch can shut the fuck up too. And that's where you get Cornbread's attention.
Yeah,
And he's like, I got money. Wife's like, how much money? He's like, I got a lot of money. He's like, Cornbread, you might
yeah,
take this money. He's like, you might get she might put your she might let you put your pecker in her mouth too. I thought, what the
Dude, Ryan
fuck?
Coogler probably had the most dirtiest mind writing this movie.
I was not even expecting that. I just like bust out laughing. She's like, "You can go." I'm thinking, I later on I feel bad for Cornbread after that whole entire line though.
Yeah,
But then of course, this is when we get introduced to Andy. You want to talk about a little bit about this?
I feel like Smoke. Well, like they were talking about like Smoke losing his dad, right, or mom, or in the
He killed
beginning.
his dad.
Oh, he killed his dad, right? Yeah, yeah. And then it has that like little bit emotional weight during that whole interaction, and you see the chemistry between Smoke and Annie really well, and I feel like that was a great established romance without too much dialogue. Let me show love to the actress who played Annie. Oh, I can't pronounce her name. Oh, never mind. But she does a fantastic job during the whole movie. I feel like she's the heart and soul of this movie that just glues everything together emotionally for the character of Smoke and others around them. And yeah, we'll talk about that later because especially during the ending, which we'll talk about later, does add such a heartbreaking element to the character of Smoke, you know? But yeah.
You want to talk about Ryan Coogler having a dirty mind?
Yeah, but
Them
that
fucking
sex
right in the
scene.
shed. Them fucking right in the shed. I'm like, bro, back to back to back. I'm like,
And
what
then
the
and then it goes to a remix introduction, which I love because it shows him burning from the heat because he's a vampire. And then
He
the
knocks on the door. Of course, he looks inside. He realizes the people inside the door are the KKK.
yeah, you knew they were racist too, which is crazy. And then
And it
what's
shows
funny?
his.
And then
I'm
he
sorry.
goes in there, and then the natives come, and the natives like, did you see a vampire? and then they just dip, and then
because they don't want nothing to do. They're like, you better. He's like, we'll pray for y'all that if you guys let him in there, that you guys make out. But it's so weird how where they are racist, they will let a guy in that just came out of nowhere
yeah,
into the house, but the people that are heathen no warning about the guy in the house, they don't want to listen to. And Remick knows that too because he saw that he's like, oh, they gonna definitely let me in no matter what.
yeah,
But once she goes in the house, oh my goodness, this scene because of course this is in the 190 aspect ratio. You get that expanded ratio in this. And when she goes back to the room and he just sitting there in the chair, all bloodied up.
it's like he's better now too. Like that was crazy. I like that scene too.
And this is when Ludwig comes in. It's the scene of when she's screaming. He's like, "Oh, you gotta be quiet. Just be quiet now." When he does, shh, and it's the dun dun dun, and it
Yeah,
shows the full moon after.
yeah,
It shows that it gives that little bit of that horror that's going to be in this movie.
yeah.
But of course, I think we get to the juke joint, and is this this is when I think this is around the time when Sammy does his performance.
Oh, that performance too was fine. Well, first of all, it was Slim's performance,
Yeah,
and then Slim introduces Sammy, and then you see Sammy's beautiful, well, Miles Cadden's beautiful singing voice that was so good it got attentions Ramic and the people he turned to vampires.
I love Annie's words playing in the background. There will be like it's something about you could be so good that brushes the veil of past and present, the evil from the past and present and future in, and you get one of the greatest shots I think of this decade of the whole entire from the future, from the rock to the hip hop to all of it, and the music going right into it.
Oh yeah,
It's
that was
so
fire. Plus,
good.
plus, I love the fact that when Sammy's performing, everything around it just like firing down to make that shot happen. That was just really beautiful imagery. And
And not only they show African American culture, they also show Asian culture in there because of where Bo's in there and his wife's in there. They
yeah,
show that little piece in there. But I think why they showed the fire is it's what Remic's thinking because they know if that place is on fire, they can walk right in there.
yeah, for sure. Because music makes fire.
Yeah.
Because if you drop something fire, it's fire.
Why the fuck did that go so hard though? The way that came out of your mouth.
Cause I'm a rapper, bro. Like that's how I do,
He's
man. I don't know,
like,
bro.
that was like the fucking
Uh,
hardest bar of our time.
Last Man Standing is all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. Check me out, yo.
But then when we get introduced to Remick
No,
and
you know what I love? The scene when Hilly and well, Mary and Sam are talking, and Sammy's like, "What are you?" This
oh my
Mary's like, "I'm a human being."
god. Or it's before that he's like ma'am, he's like, "Can you I would politely ask you to get if you can leave right now." She's like, "Who the fuck you think you talking to?" I'm thinking, well,
Wait, you're little Sammy? You growing up so fast?
she's like, "You drink whiskey?" I'm thinking, "Damn." I'm thinking, "It's the dude." And what said the weird at this time is the prohibition at this time.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
she takes him, and that's when that line. It's like, "Who are you?" I'm a human being. I'm like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "That's not what I
yeah.
meant." She's like, "I know what you meant."
Yeah. That was funny. Also, I love the fact that she talks about her like grandfather being black and all that stuff during that whole scene. That which is cool that Ryan Coogler like studies his actors and actresses really well to make that representation unfold in the movie as well. Like Some people wouldn't even know that Haley Steinfeld is 1.8% black or one half, you know, black and
Yeah,
has,
yeah, I never knew that at all.
which is something I like about Ryan Coogler. He researches about he's who he's working with and wants to show that so people learn more about these actors and actresses. And I think that was a great low touch of that. And it shows he cares about his cast a lot too.
Very true. Then we get introduced to Remick and his whole entire group.
I heard there's a tale of a potty.
I love that. And walks up, he's like, "We play music too." That song's creepy as fuck. They were playing though.
Oh yeah, and then people are just looking at like I love the face like Haley Steinfeld's married. Like she looks so fucking confused on what they were singing. She's like,
I don't know. I love Stack over here.
that
He's
was
like Jim and hell. We have to go. Oh my god. Dang, that Smoke's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Because all he cares about is money. And I love this thing with the money too. Because before even that, he wants real cash. But a lot of these workers have plantation money and other money. And then Annie it's Stacks like it's just money. These all these people, they go work in these plantations, then they come here and they just want to have a good time.
yeah.
And it shows what I think that's why Stack was kind of like a little bit dancing and everything. And they discuss it, especially once they tell them what they can't come in about the money. But I think the whole conversation they have right there is, and you see it during this time of segregation of
Yeah.
Remick and them are like, oh yeah, we know, oh yeah, you guys won't want this about a certain reason, but he's like, why is she in there though? And he points
And
to
he's
right to
like, she's
Mary.
family. I like that scene. And he says she's family.
And I love how it reverses later on in the movie. And then she goes and they talk about the money, and the Mary's like, "I would just go out there and talk about it." And then this, when they go out there, oh, at this time, no, this is before even this scene, where she's going there and she's talking to him, and she's like, and Remick senses it, and he's like, "I bet you have been through a tough time. I feel grief in you. I feel sorrow." And she's said that her mama passed away, and he said, "If I knew her earlier, I would have saved her."
Oh yeah, BSC would like probably turn her into a vampire as well. Yeah.
And he's like a mayor bear, and he's like, "Y'all need saving too." And there, and she's like, "No, we do." And it says in the trailer, he's like, "Y'all, yes, sure do." And he turns around, and it's the eyes glowing up, and he has that drool coming down from his mouth.
And then he just flies in.
Then she's like, "No," and it's the coin. I think that because she's holding that coin, she knows there's something wrong. Because especially how old that coin is, she's like, "I gotta go," and that's when he flies. I thought, okay, I'm like, okay, he's just gonna walk up and probably buy her. I didn't know that these fuckers were flying.
Yeah. And then this when Haley becomes super horny for Memory Jordan.
Well, she walks in, and it's the married woman that Sammy is falling for. You know what she plays on?
What?
She's the mayor in the Batman.
Who?
The
Oh,
the
really?
yes, she is. When she dropped her,
Harleen? You're
yeah,
talking about Harleen, Sammy's love interest? Wait, she
yeah,
is. Wait,
yeah, she is.
she was in the Woman King too? Oh shit.
Oh,
I've been
when she's up on that stage and she's doing her thing, and when Mary walks back in, perfect. And she goes find Stack. She's like, "We gotta go talk." And this is another funny thing.
you want some pussy for the night?
Oh yeah, that, and they go do their thing. I love it when Smoke and is talking to them, and I think because is this the time when Cornbread is has went out to take a piss?
I know it was a bit later though.
No, somebody got cut because it's the man with the blade.
Yeah.
And the dude gets cut. And he's like, Sammy, go get my brother. He walks back in. No, he walks because, of course, no, he already is taking a piss. I think because
Oh yeah.
remember, because he's like, I gotta go take a piss because Delta Slim's at the door. And he's like, he's in there with Mary. He opens the door. He's like, well, he closes it. He's like, Smoke, Stack can't come here right now. He's doing some personal stuff. He's like, I don't give a fuck what Stack is doing. I need him here now. They walk back and fucking Mary attacked poor Stack.
Yeah. Well, it's dead Mary, but sure. We go there.
And she just right to his neck. Has been, and this is when
I
we
will let
realize.
Haley do that to me, though. To be honest, man, just go be honest right there. But what? Or Josh, you know, this go this cut that part out.
So we find out
Hell, I
later.
even let my Bjorn do that to me too. I'm
Oh,
like,
what the fuck?
shit, bro, let me have a threesome.
Whoa. Okay. We get into where Mary's a vampire now, and that
I'll kill any last one of y'all.
she looks at me. It's in the trailer. She's like, "Y'all gonna die tonight." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I love her. She runs out the door. She's like, she just runs out the door.
She turned to Usain Bolt with the running form, man.
And of course, Smoke is still holding Stack because, and it's the thing of they know they're close together because they want to take him outside because they know he's gonna be turning soon. He's like, no, I want my brother right here. I'm gonna leave my brother. You are not going to take my brother. And of course, they lock the door. And is this the garlic scene? That no, because they
No,
don't know
Carlson's
about it.
later, yeah.
But they, oh yeah, because it's him and Stack arguing. No, him and Delta Slim's arguing at this point, like where's Smoke?
Yeah.
And Smoke's, of course, Smoke gets turned because he wants to go take a fucking piss.
Yeah, cornbread.
Oh yeah, and I was like, yeah, cornbread is doing to take a fucking piss outside. But then this is when Stack comes back to life.
Yeah.
The knife through the door.
Oh, yeah, that remind me of like I don't know a little bit of Jason, a little bit well, but
That or The Shining.
Shining. Oh yeah.
It
I was
scared the
going.
shit out of me though.
I was going. I was going. I was waiting for Stack to say, "Here's Stack." That'd be hilarious, but I didn't do that. But that'd be
I
hilarious.
was, I was wondering. I was scared that somebody was going to look through the door and he was just going to stab it again.
Yeah.
But
Hey, I remember he's like, I love to see it's like, knocking on doors like, they're like, "Who's this?" And he's like, "It's Jim Crow."
yeah, but still, I'm thinking this dude, and it's the acting of Michael B. Jordan goes from the serious to the comedy and the funniest of Stack. And he when he breaks that door down and crushes Sammy, I feel bad for Sammy.
At least he
He's
didn't
over,
bit Sammy though.
he's like Sammy's down there like that.
Bro, can you get up, man? It was so bad, bro.
I love how Haley Steffa runs like this. And Michael B. Jordan's like, ha, just straight out the door. Um, then I think this is when the discussion of what happens comes.
Wait. When did Bo leave for outside?
Bo left because remember when because Bo left because before Stack passed away, they sent everybody out and Bo was getting the car.
Oh, right.
And
I
they're
felt
they're
that.
talking I think they're talking about like what they are. Because of
Mm.
course Annie has that Haiti like voodoo stuff. And she thinks it's the hate. That's what they are. but they realized later on because she's like, Stack was bit in the neck. She's like, there's only one thing that could do that: vampires, and it's the garlic scene.
Yeah, the garlic scene. Yeah. The garlic scene, you haven't seen anything yet, but it reminds me of the blood test scene and the thing to see who the alien is. I don't know. I feel like Ryan Coogler took some influence from the thing to make this scene with the garlic to see who the vampire is, which was really cool. But Slim almost fumbled, bro. He was acting up after the garlic song. It's like, sorry, I'm drunk, bro. Someone was about to kill him too, bro. He was ready, bro.
My favorite part of that whole entire scene is when he has the gun up to the woman who plays in the Batman, and Sam's like, "Smoke, what you doing?" He's like, "Shut up." He's like, "I'm trying to save you." Just like cracks him around the nose.
Yeah,
But then I think is this when Cornbread comes to the door?
yeah, I think so. And Cornbread's acting like I'm not a vampire, I'm normal.
They're like, "Cornbread, where you been?" He's like, "I've been taking piss." The why he took so long? He's like, "I took a shit too whatsoever."
Yeah, because shits take a while sometimes. Sometimes you eat too much, and then you spend 1 hour in the washer taking a shit. I've been there. You've been there. I'm sure everyone's been there. But man,
So
goes 1 hour shit feels so good though. Like I don't know about you, but
so he's like, "You gotta come back in." This is another comedy too. Great comedy scene of when she's like, "You gotta come back in." And he's like, "Annie, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Smoke." And he's like, "Dude, you've been walking back in all day long." He's like, "Why can't you come in right now?" He's like, "I just want back in." She's like, "Why do you want back in?" He's like, "I just want everyone to be kind. Can we all be kind
y'all
and
be
spread
kind.
the love around?" I'm thinking, "Oh my god."
Man, Umar does a great job, bro.
I love his character in this. And he's like, "Well, if you're not gonna let me back in, let me have my money."
Oh man, bro, Smoke was such a dumbass. He's like, better reach out for money. He almost got bitten, bro. That was crazy.
And then who was it? Was it Sammy that had the gun?
Nah, nah, Smoke shot him. I thought.
Was it Smoke?
Yeah, Smoke.
So
And
that whole entire he just blew the side of his face off.
yeah.
But after I think this is when they all come up, don't they?
All right, this is wait. When was the scene when they were like singing that Irish song with that dance? That's
Okay,
together.
no, yeah, it's right before this. It's because they look for the guy because I think this happened first with Smoke, when I was Smoke with Cornbread, then the vampire thing with the garlic. Then they realized the guy could be bitten, and they threw him outside, right? And it's when Smoke and Sammy throw the guy outside, and they look over and they hear them singing, and it's them doing the road what's the song called?
Yeah, you
I
want to
forget
do the dance right now?
what is this song called. Let me look this up real quick.
Ooh, Pacers 2-0. Crazy. Oh,
It
what?
is the Rocky Road to Dublin, when they're singing and they're dancing, they're doing the jig. Jack O'Connell knew that the whole entire time. He never told Ryan Coogler about that. He done that automatically in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yes. And Ryan asked him, he's like, I want a song in this. And Jack's like, "What song you want?" He's like, "Rocky Road to Dublin." He's like, "Can you sing?" He's like, "Fuck yeah, I'll sing it." Because Jack O'Connell is Irish. So he's grown up with all the Irish stuff, which is another great thing, like you said, with Ryan casting people for the thing because the vampires are Irish. And why don't get a good Irish actor like Jack O'Connell to be in this role?
Yeah.
And of course, they're doing their song and everything, which me being part Irish,
Oh.
I
Well,
was, I was about to go up and do, like you said, do the jig.
where's the Irish accent, bro?
I'm not like from Ireland.
Um, did you meet St. Patrick's Day? I mean, the St. Patty's guy? Like,
What you think I am? You think I'm 10,000 years old?
do you have a pot of gold with you or something?
If I had Paul Gold, I'll be keeping that thing right now.
So do you have a lot of beer in his house? Because they're like Irish and Irish people drink
No,
a lot of beer. Okay. I'm just,
I part Irish and not full Irish.
uh,
Hell, I think even like the culture has changed where they don't drink a lot over in Ireland anymore. That used to be back in really big back in the day.
like, what's that Irish movie by Colin Farrell? By Brand
In
Cleese?
Bruges.
Not in Bruges.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! It
Oh,
came out.
Barry Keoghan and
Yes,
White
I
one.
know what movie. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! I know what that movie is now.
Like Ed Sheeran or something? Like
Did you just say
Ban- Banshees of Ed Sheeran or something?
his
Or
Banshees Ed Sheeran? He just said this dude just said fucking Ed Sheeran. What the fuck?
wait, that's not the name of it?
Ed Sheeran's a musician. Remember?
Wait, there's a person named Ed Sheeran? That's a real thing?
Yes.
Is he Irish?
I don't know what this dude just said. What the fuck?
Ed Ed how do you Ed
Ed
Sheeran?
Sheeran. This is getting clipped. This is definitely getting clipped to put it on the
Well,
page.
I mean, he looks Irish. I mean,
This dude just said this is the movie name Ed Sheeran.
bro, why you laughing at me, bro? Chill, man.
I want to because
See, Ed Sheeran's father's Irish, bro. So it was Banshees of Ed Sheeran, right? Like, that movie.
it's in a Sheeran, not Ed Sheeran. It's in the Sheeran.
Oh, it's insurance.
Yes,
No Ed, just insurance. Okay, gotcha.
in the
Okay.
Sheeran, Ed Sheeran. I'm definitely going to clip this. I'm gonna actually make a copy of like the poster just with Ed Sheeran on there.
We're about to go viral in TikTok. Oh god.
But after this, after the whole Irish jig and everything and the Rocky Road to Dublin, this is when
Shit goes to fan, bro.
not even that, this is when they start discussing, like talking.
And then Grace says let them in because she
No, no,
sees her husband.
this is the discussion of when when they're talking at the door when Mary
Oh, yo, I love that scene. Stack saying no vision.
when Sack comes up to the door, Mary, Remick, all of them, and they're talking because, of course, that guy was never really a vampire. He was never really bit. He just got it was wine or alcohol that was spilled on him. So they got him. Cornbread got him, and this is in this whole entire scene. Before I talk about their conversation, I love it when they think Bo's still human, and they're just standing there like why is Bo not like freaking out of this? He's like, Cornbread's just hungry. He's just a
Um,
little bit thirsty and hungry. And that's what they knew automatically. That and he's like, honey, we're gonna go to the car. He's like, or because I saw this edit today and his eyes glow.
oh yeah.
But before we get into like his interaction and what Remick does with Grace, it's when he comes up and they ask him, why are you doing this? And he's like, I'm doing this for two reasons. One, you see the white guy right behind you, right behind me? That's the nephew of the KKK, the Grand Headmaster. That's the nephew. And he's like, what the purpose was is to kill y'all the next morning. He's like, this was never a juke joint. He's like, this was a slaughterhouse. And even Stack tells him that this is that he's like, I know. He's like, I can read his memories. This was actually a slaughterhouse the whole entire time.
That was crazy. That was a twist.
and he's like, "If you join us," and it's the scene between him and Delta Slim of he's like, "Oh, you're not Stack, you can't do this," and he's like, "Shut up." He's like, "I am him." He's like, "You need to be quiet. I'm talking to my brother right now." And it's
Yeah,
the thing of we promised each other that we would never let each other go and everything, and they got pulled inside. But before that, it's the grace thing of it's when they said they will go get her daughter and turn her right, but it's also
yeah,
when he speaks Chinese
yeah,
for him because of course I think Remy got the Chinese from Bo,
yeah. Yes, yeah. Memories and stuff. Yeah,
and that's what and you get inside, and this is when everything goes haywire. And Grace wants to, and the others like don't wait till the morning. Grace just says he let them in, and it's the shot when she says let them in, and Remick just turns around, and he smiles.
yeah.
Love that shot right there. And this is when. Do you want to mention something before I talk about the aspect ratio change?
Sure. Ray, you want me to talk?
Do you mean mention that? Then you can go into this whole entire end scene.
Sure.
So, of course, that, and I think you guys have seen this probably in the trailers. If you guys have went to see this at IMAX, it's the part of when they gather and all up. The, Coogler wanted this shot specifically to do this, and I'm glad he did. Of going from the 2.7 to the not 1 point, where we watched it. If you watched it in the 1.90
Oh
or the
yeah, when they're
1.3,
getting ready to kill the vampires, right? But
and then
just
the screen like expands,
yeah.
fucking great. But
And then you see might be George's big ass biceps and looking so sexy and shit. Like other.
you want to talk about the ending?
Wait, are we talking the ending already?
Yeah, we're already at the ending.
Nah. Before that, we gotta talk about Grace like sacrificing herself to
This
Bo.
this this is the ending.
And then there's a scene when Annie dies,
No,
and
this is the
then
whole entire ending because remember she throws the ball at him, Remick hits it, and she runs towards Bo and kills him.
oh, well, that's not the ending. That's the their act go into the ending, bro.
That's why I consider the ending fight.
And then there's a scene when Slim sacrifices himself. Rest in peace.
So that was gnarly. That was gnarly.
Yeah, poor guy. He was a good guy. At least as a vampire, you could drink. Wait, he died. Never mind. um, but the scene when Annie dies, because in the big like when Smoke and Annie talks like, if I ever get bitten, make sure I don't turn into one of the vampires, and that hits different. And you see Smoke and even Mary screaming no as well during this whole sequence. Yeah, that was hard. That was a hard scene. You
Because I
know.
think Mary knew if Annie died, she would become one of them and they could live all together.
Yeah.
But of course, I will mention it because we even haven't mentioned the whole entire thing between her and Smoke until we get to the very end of this. But this whole entire fight scene I loved. It's graphic, it's brutal. Um then we get to where Smoke and Stack are fighting each other.
Man, two might be Jordan's fighting chair, man. Oof. What kind of? Oh,
And while
I was getting really hot during that scene. I knew.
and while this is going on,
What?
Sammy's running away and Remix has him.
Yeah,
It's when they're in the lake and they go after each other. And
dude. You know what I love about Ramming? His hands turn like bigger and snap.
and he scratches Sammy's face. Sammy hits him with that guitar, and that silver goes right into his head.
Yeah. And
But
then smoke comes out of nowhere and stabs Remick. Man, that was touch. That was sick.
that mojo bag is working really well because how the hell does he get by all those vampires to stab Remick in the back?
Yeah, I don't know.
But oh, if you want to talk about great shots of Sammy holding on to Smoke and he's scared.
Yeah, I mean, Smoke was holding on to Sammy, but okay, yeah,
I think they were holding on to each other.
yeah. I mean, no shit, you're gonna do that. Oh, and great shot of the sun coming up and Ramek burning up.
And that tornado of fire.
Yeah, that was sick. It
I
reminded me.
love them.
It reminded me of a certain movie,
Twisters.
Twisters. How you know?
Yeah, I was thinking of Twisters too. But it's the score that went along with this. You got the great score. That great score mixed with this whole entire fight scene. And of course this happens. Do you want to talk about the end scene of, because of course Smoke says, Sammy, take the keys, go, right?
Yeah.
But this is when Smoke gets his due. And you want to talk about that real quick?
Oh yeah, Smoke is like, nah, I need to kill these. You know, they're KKK members. I'm guessing so.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, it starts with like him sniping them down, and then him getting a Tommy gun and shooting them down. I'm like, yes, man, this is so fire. And then when Smoke got shot, I'm like, I guess, man. I'm like, nah.
The grenade to the mouth, and
Oh
he just
yeah,
bursts
this
right in.
too, yeah. And then I like the dialogue between him and the first racist person they interacted with, and man,
Before even that, when he's sitting there waiting on them, and he's trying to get a cigarette together, and he's
yeah,
shaking because he's so scared he has lost everything.
yeah, it was time for Smoke to go. Like he
And
wanted something
he
to
knew
peaceful.
once he hit that, especially once he tore that Mojo bag off.
Yeah,
And do you want to talk about the scene between what we have been holding back
yeah.
from the entire thing?
Well, we don't see Smoke's body, but you see him and Annie having like, him seeing Annie, and it hits hard when Annie gives him the kid, and then that's him and his kid cuddling. It's like a bittersweet ending for a character of Smoke, and I feel like it's emotional, and it hits different, man. Like I don't know how to describe it, if you know what I mean.
And I think because what we've been holding back is that Annie and Smoke had a child, and it passed away when it was younger.
Yeah,
And before even he holds the baby's like away at one moment, and he goes over to the head like chief of the KKK. He just like Tommy guns the fuck out of him.
yeah. But no, before he kills him, it's like, you have a secret.
Yeah, like you got a cigarette. Fuck you. And he still gives him the cigarette.
Yeah, that was sick.
Of course, then we realize that Smoke passes away. He's back with Annie and his baby, and we get back to the very beginning of the movie of when Sammy is back at the church. And with this whole, then we go through that scene, and but then we realize that instead of staying with his father, he goes off and wants to pursue his dream of music. And he
Yeah,
tells Smoke and Stack this earlier, and Smoke gets mad at him because he's like, "If you leave, I never want to see you ever again." He's like,
yeah.
"Very, never come back here."
Hmm.
And then, of course, we get to the credits, and we get to our mid credit scene.
I remember credit scene is a all old Sammy. Very old.
1992 Chicago.
It's Buddy Guy playing Sammy. You know who Buddy Guy is? I don't know either, but I'm sure. I'm sure he's a musician of some sort.
I wonder if he's
Um,
a good blues player. Let us know down in the comments if you guys know of him.
Buddy Guy, what a guy! Bet he did a great job during that scene. Yeah, he's a guitarist and singer. He's 88 years old right now.
So he was born 37. So it was back when the blues was prominent back then.
Yeah, I'm guessing that post credit scene was more so to Brian Coogler to play homage to his uncle James, because James was a huge blues singer, and he was in Mississippi as well. So I'm guessing that scene really represents that part of Ryan Coogler's storytelling for Sinners, which I really love. I love the drip that Stack and Mary brought. They were styling during the whole sequence too. I like.
But before that, because when Sammy's sitting there, one of the bouncers is like, "There's somebody at the door that wants to see you." He's like, "They got a couple bucks if they can't come in." And Sammy's like, "Yeah." And when he said, "You can come on in," I think Sammy knew there was something wrong right there.
Yeah, I think so too. But
When he
I
saw it was Mary and Stack, he's like, "Oh fuck."
yeah, but Mary Stack didn't kill him.
Because of course he actually he's like, because he's like, "I thought you were dead," and Stack's like, "Smoke made me a promise to keep me if he kept me alive, I would have to stay away from you your whole entire life."
Yeah.
Which he held up his bargain because he even asked him, he smells him, and he's like, "You're about to go soon." He's like, "Are you sure you don't mean to change? You can live out playing music as long as possible." And Sammy's like, "No." And the thing I love about the scene is when they're leaving, Sammy's like, "I have nightmares every day about that night." But he's like, "Before that night," he's like, "that was the best day of my whole entire life."
Yeah, it's such a beautiful scene. And this is why I don't want a sequel because I feel like this just works as download. I feel like post credit scene just ends the movie really well, and I don't know, I don't really want a sequel because of that. I feel like it's a great download movie.
So, but then Stack tells him, he's like, "That was the best day of my life too." He's like, "That was the last day I saw my brother. That's the last day I saw the sun."
Yeah, basically can't go outside because he's a vampire. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
But then for our second post credit scene, Sammy's in the church scene, listens to a line mine, and he looks up at the sky towards God. So this is where I'm going to get into some real life lore of some inspirations from Ryan Coogler. So back in the 1920s, there was this blues musician player. I don't know if you heard this below over TikTok here or not.
Nah,
There's
no,
this
no.
blues player named Robert Johnson.
Robert Johnson, gotcha.
So back in the 1920s, he was going from juke joint to juke joint. He's terrible. People wanted him out. They told the owners, "You gotta get out, get him out." So he's out. The last time he got thrown out, his wife passed away at the time.
Oh, damn.
So he's walking on his way home. It hits midnight. He's at the crossroads. He sees a person over in the corner at the crossroads. And the guy's like, "What's wrong, man?" He's like, "It looks like you're down." And when I say a midnight, I'm playing like dark midnight. And they're at the crossroads in Mississippi. And Robert's like, "I just got kicked out." He's like, "A lot of people say I'm not good. I just lost my wife." The guy's like this. The guy's like, "Let me see your guitar." He's like, "I can help you. I can fix your guitar where it's good for you to play." So he tunes up the guitar. And at this time, Robert's gone for 18 months. Then he comes back with a mysterious woman. A lot of people have suspected the man that he met that night at the crossroads is the devil. And he sold his soul right there. And how this goes is that in 1930, when Robert was 27, the woman at the time he brought back was married. He dies at 27. The two things was that there's three things. One, the man poisoned his alcohol. The alcohol was poisoned because it was prohibition, or the devil came back for his soul.
Oh, damn.
There's also two other things. If you go back to the Haitian lore, I don't want to say this guy's name because this is one of the most evil guys in Haitian lore. If you go through the crossroads, this guy is the first person that you meet at the crossroads that the Haitians believe. So they're wondering if Sammy made, not Sammy, but if Robert made the deal with him that night. But this dude, like the devil, for context, especially if you guys have like watched Ghost Rider and stuff, you know how Ghost Rider,
Yeah.
he told Johnny, like, "You get so many years, I come back, you gotta do this." This other guy is a trickster. He will trick you the 5 years, but he can come back in one day and be like, "Never mind, I take what you want." So people wonder if he met him that night on the crossroads. and he got his due back, so that's why he's died so quick. The other thing is that he met this musician on the crossroads that night at 12 o'clock. This dude's just on the crossroads in the middle of the night, and he teaches him. In 18 months, he comes back. I'm suspecting, even though it's the guy on the crossroads, especially like in like any religion there is, the devil likes to shapeshift. I'm wondering if the devil shapeshift that night into this man, and he told Robert that he's going to teach him everything, and to Robert's unknown thing, it's actually a dill. And I think he always knew it was a dill because if you look at his music, it's The Devil and I, Crossroads Blues, Hellhounds on My Trail, everything that mentions about the crossroads. And that's what, and this is giving me like goosebumps right now talking
Yeah.
about this, because this is just so scary, and it's also scares me because like 2 minutes away there's a crossroads right near me.
Yeah. I mean, devil could find it anywhere though.
Yeah, but they always say at midnight if you can go right there. Especially, I remember watching since Supernatural. They talk about this, and they talk about Robert Johnson, the crossroads, and everything. And it scares the shit out of me, especially from being from the South. So that's really prominent. There was something else I want to talk about real quick. I had it in my head now I forgot it. But that's the inspiration for Sammy. No, this is how it gets to it. So you see how Sammy never let go of the guitar, right?
Yeah.
So people are wondering because this is one Ryan Coogler's inspirations for this movie. They're wondering if Sammy is the inspiration of like what Robert Johnson was, and people are wondering if Sammy actually made the deal with the devil that night to get that guitar the best. Like he already had that, I think, the voice, but it's the guitar because that guitar was so good. So a lot of people are wondering because that some people have wondered that. I thought that too. That why he never let go of that guitar is because if he let that guitar go, he would lose everything he has. Especially if the devil did tune that guitar up. And I think this is why when Remick hears it, he's the only one that can hear it. Him and the other vampires because they're the symbolism of evil, and
Yeah.
evil attracts to evil.
Yeah.
And I think it's the whole entire thing of in there. Ryan Coogler did so much inspiration of that, and with Remick even. Remick is not like a really true bad guy in this. Why Remick wants this is that he sees what is going on with segregation back at the time during the 1930s and 1920s, and he went through that because if you look at Remick's time, he grew up in Ireland where I don't know what religion they were at the time, but Ireland was converted to Christian. They were like forced to be Christian at the
Oh.
time. And a lot of people are wondering if Grimmick lived at this time. So this is why he's trying to turn them off because instead of like being forced, kind of like how the segregation of them being forced over here and them being forced over here, it's like they're all one another. Because of course, when they're talking, the wife of the nephew of the master head clansman says we're not she's like we're not even into that anymore, we're about love, we're about compassion. And it's like what Remick thought of whole entire time, like it's all of us together. He's like that's why we have a new family.
Yeah. I,
But
but speaking of remake, I don't want a sequel, but I would love a prequel of Remix, like his origins and how.
so these are a couple of ideas I got. One could do a prequel. This is 1992, right? They could go back to LA. This is when the LA riots were starting to happen and when the hip hop culture was being very prominent back in the day.
Yeah.
If you want to add music into that, if you want to do prequels, I want a remake prequel. I want a prequel for Smoke and Stack when they're in Chicago,
Yeah, when they were like gangsters, full flesh.
and I want a prequel about the Native American hunters
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
because I want to see the whole entire thing. Because because Remick was like, oh, they killed my wife, and did you notice he has a wedding ring on in that movie?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if was he lying or did he actually have a wife and they killed her? I want to know that whole entire thing right there. And even though there's some areas that Coogler said that he wants to stand alone, then there's some things that Coogler and Jordan have said that they kind of want, if this can do good, they will have ideas for something else in this whole entire thing.
Yeah.
But is that it for you talking about Sinners?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it for like hour 20, so I think that's good.
So let's get back into what we talked about at the beginning. Let's do our top 10 best decades of the 2020.
It's going top of the head, though. That's crazy. I didn't even get
So
a list ready. I just thought about it.
I'm gonna pull up everything I have seen on my Letterboxd from 2020, the 2020s.
Maybe I have a list. Yeah, I do. I need to
He's
make
like, maybe I do. You never know.
I need to make a change though. I need to make a change though. Why do you have Last Night Soho in this though? That's weird. Yeah.
That's not Soho. It's good though.
It's good, but is it really that good? I don't know, man.
If you had to pick a number 10, what would your number 10 be?
My number 10. Just give me 1 second to make a change.
Wait, hold
Yes.
up. So Bilal, what is your number 10? So how we're going to do this, guys? We're going to bounce back and forth. So Bilal's 10, my 10, and we're going to do that. Okay. So Bilal, what's your 10?
My number 10 is emotional A24 movie directed by Lee Isaac Chung being Minari. And this movie is an emotional film of a Korean family coming to the States to fulfill their American dream. And Stevie Young's performance in this movie is unbelievable. And yeah, man, this movie is Lee's best work to this day. I know he did Twisters, but this is the most beautiful movie that he has ever done, and I always love watching it. And yeah, that's a movie I highly recommend checking out. It's truly a fantastic masterpiece of a film.
I need to watch that one still. So my number 10, I got Denis Villeneuve's Doom Part 1.
Oh, my number 9 is Nosferatu.
Ooh.
I love Nosferatu. You know, Gary Edmonds. What does it, Gary Edmonds?
You mean Robert Eggers?
Robert Eggers does not miss when it comes to horror. Lily Rose Depp's performance, Chef's Kiss. Willem Dafoe is a charmer, and oh man, Bill Skarsgård really scarred me in this. You know, I saw this movie 3 times in theaters, and yeah, I mean 2 times in theaters, 1 time in home. But yeah, I love it.
So my number 9 is a horror movie also. I'm gonna go with Jordan Peele's Nope.
No, no, almost made it. I need to rewatch it though, to be honest. My number 9 is sort of a horror movie. It may be a surprise for some people to have this on their, you know, top 10, but my number 8 is a movie called Prey. I love the native representation in this movie. I love Amber Midthunder. I love that they made the Predator really, really, really scary, and this movie feels original to the series, and I love this movie so much. I love Prey more than Predator. Matter of fact, that may be a hot take, but yeah, man, that's that's where it's going.
So for my number 8, I'm gonna go with Top Gun Maverick.
Damn. My number 7. You're not gonna explain Top Gun Maverick though, right? All right. My number seven is Judas and the Black Messiah. Daniel
Oh, I fucking
Kaluuya,
forgot about that movie.
Lakeith Stanfield delivering some of the best performances of the decade. Ghost Boys are the future. I love Ghost Boys. Um, if y'all seen them, I love y'all. Yeah. Anyways,
So my number seven, I'm going with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
solid, solid. My number six is Top Gun Maverick.
My number six is Furiosa.
Ooh, ooh, I respect that. My number five is Across the Spiders. Yeah. Oh wait,
My,
my number five. My number five. I
my number five is Killers of the Flower Moon.
solid, solid. I noticed my top four all has orange in their posters for some reason. I don't know. I did not mean to do that, but my number four is the Batman.
My number four is Oppenheimer.
Nice. My number three is Furiosa.
My number three is the Batman.
My number two is Sinners.
My number two is Doom Part 2.
And my number one is John Wick Chapter 4.
My number one is Sinners.
Um, I'm surprised they didn't put John Wick in there, bro.
I've only seen it once.
I've seen it 6 times.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
out of my top 10, I've seen Dune 2 times. I've seen Nope once. I've seen Top Gun twice. Cross the Spider-Verse once. Furiosa, I've seen 3 times. Killers of the Flower Moon, I've seen once. I've seen Oppenheimer 4 times. I've seen the Batman. Wait, how many times have I seen the Batman? I've seen the Batman. Oh, because I watched. I even done. I watched Batman 5 times. Then I watched Doom Part 2 3 times. Now I've watched Sinners once, but that's gonna get more watches.
Yeah.
I can't believe the Batman's. I've watched that movie 5 times already.
You know what? I want to do a draft. Uh, Summer movie draft. I want to do a draft. Let's do a fucking draft. Let's do it.
You want to do a draft right now?
Yeah, summer movie draft. But summer is coming right around the corner, bro.
Fuck. How do I know what a summer movie is?
Uh, isn't it from May to June?
Why
Well,
would it
May
be May?
June.
May
May
to
I
August?
meant May to August. That's what I meant. Let's just do May to August, summer.
Okay, yeah, we can.
Um, who's going first though?
I'm gonna let you go first.
All right,
Let me write this down.
Mission Possible.
Which one?
Bro,
Are we talking about this year's releases?
yeah, this year's summer releases.
Oh, oh,
Come
okay.
on, man.
Let me make a little letterbox for this real quick.
Come on, man. This guy been too sleepy, bro.
When you said summer releases, I thought any summer release. Mission Pod. I about put Dead Reckoning. It's not even called Dead Reckoning. It's
The
called the Final
final
Reckoning.
roll, yeah.
The Final Reckoning. Okay, that's your first pick.
Yeah.
So I am going to go with. There's a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. I'm thinking I'm going with Superman.
Ooh, that was my second pick, bro. Oh, come on, man. Um, let's go through the summer 2025 releases, man. Let me look this up. June is looking stacked though. That's for sure. Summer 2025 movie. Yeah.
You guys already know I'm going to win.
I keep hearing good things about this movie already. How to Train Your Dragon live action.
Ooh, nice pick, nice pick, nice pick. Um, oh, what was it? I am going to go with one that the trailer just dropped, but it seems very interesting to me. And I am going to, and it looks like it's going to be pretty scary. I'm going to go with Weapons.
Weapons, solid, solid. Um, from our number three, I'm gonna go with horror, and I'm gonna go with 28 years later.
Oh, I didn't think of 28 years later.
You're giving the idea, bro.
Speaking of that, 20 years later, they say Jack O'Connell's character is going to be more meaner in that than he is in Sinners. And even in, like, was it 28 years later? Ooh, I didn't think of 28 years later. You really got me there on that one. Ooh, I'm going to go with one. I'm going with Jurassic World Rebirth.
Nice, man. Um, I want to let you go with a certain movie directed by Top Gun Mavericks director Joseph. I can't pronounce his last name, but I've been hyping up this actor a lot lately. Dempsey Idris. So I'm going to put F1 in
You,
there as my
okay,
number four.
you got F1. Okay. So for me, I'm thinking, and I got one. I'm going with the spin-off movie. I'm going with Ballerina.
Ballerina. Okay, okay. I respect that. I respect that. That's cute. That's cute. Um,
This dude just said that's cute. What the hell?
cute little pick. Yeah. My next pick. Oof. My next pick, man. There's a lot of options out there. Um, I'm surprised that you haven't said this, but I'll go with Fantastic Four First Steps.
I was hoping that just went the radar. Okay, so you got Fantastic Four First Steps. I'm thinking about a certain movie.
Dinosaurs.
Already done that one. Remember?
Oh, you got that. Wait, you got Jurassic World already?
Yeah,
You
I
got
already said the Jurassic World Rebirth already. So I'm gonna do a little bit of looking. So I'm looking through this list right now. Hmm. Who?
I mean, there's a certain movie the trailer just dropped for it.
Nah, a lot of people I think are not into that one. Um, June, we got a lot of June's movies already up, but I'm looking at one that Bilal, I'm shocked it hasn't picked yet
What?
because one of his favorite directors is directing it, and I'm going with Nobody too.
Oh, Nobody Two. Damn. How did I forget about Nobody Two? Ah, ah. Mm, 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 mm. That threw me off. I don't know, man. I don't know how I forgot about that. But my next pick, I'm just gonna go with Car Kid Legends.
Okay,
Oh, I know what my next pick's gonna be, bro. I got it.
and you said this is till August, right?
Yeah. Wait, how many picks I got left now?
You got you got four more picks.
Mm.
I'm looking at a lot of this. Hmm.
Mangan 2.0.
I'm looking a lot. But there is a certain franchise that has a new entry to it, and I'm going with this just for all the horror fans. Final Destination Bloodlines.
All right. You know what? I'm not the biggest horror guy. I'm probably not going to even watch this movie, to be honest, because it looks too damn scary. Bring Her Back.
I really forgot about that one from the Rocker Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched the trailer for the first time the other day. That thing's fucking scary. Have you seen the trailer for it?
Hell no. I'm not even going to
Oh,
watch. Nah, I ain't even watching them. I'm
did you wa-
distracted.
did you watch Talk to Me?
Yeah, it wasn't really that scary. It was pretty stupid, but yeah.
I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm going with another horror movie. I'm hyping this one up. I'm going Clown in the Cornfield.
You know what? You know what? You know what I'm feeling. You know. My next pick, I'm going with Leo and Stitch. I feel like I like the trailer. It was cute. I like it.
Lilo and Stitch. Oh, Lilo and Stitch from this year. So below you got two more picks. So let's see what my number 8 is. I'm looking at all this list. And we went through a lot of the strong shooters in this one. But not strong enough. I'm going with Editing or Editing, the new Ari Aster film.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the Weekend movie for my next pick.
Oh, hurry up tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think it's Editing. Yeah, that's what the one is from Ari Aster. It has Austin Butler, Walking Phoenix. And you said hurry up tomorrow for your ninth pick?
Yep.
Okay, so with my ninth pick, it's getting rough.
I'm
It's
surprised.
looking.
I'm surprised I would say the Toxic Adventure, bro. I'm surprised I didn't pick that. August 29th.
I don't know. I'm looking at some other stuff. If I was doing straight horror draft, I would. But I'm looking through this whole entire thing, and I'm going with a Marvel movie that we just got some announcements to that I heard is really good, and I'm going with Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. Ooh. Ooh. My last pick. Hmm. Huh. I don't know. For my last pick. Hmm. That's tough. That's really tough.
There's one movie I'm shocked you haven't said that yet.
I mean, Havoc's getting released soon, bro.
No, there's one. I'm looking at it. It's June 6th. And I'm like, dude, this dude hasn't picked it yet.
I mean, you already dragged a ballerina. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
This dude is struggling right now, guys. The definition of struggling.
Okay, relax. I just need to pick something fire, bro. It's because it takes time for me to get there.
they're seeing the
Maybe
whole they're seeing the whole entire process of like how Bilal picks his list.
let's go with July releases. Hold on, I went through June. July releases 2025. Okay.
I already know my number 10. I already know my number 10. I'm
It's
just
probably gonna be the one that I didn't pick, right?
yeah, because I know that this and you're going to be like, fuck once I say this.
I mean, what do you mean? What is this the Predator movie?
Yeah.
I'll let you have that one, bro. To be honest, man. So,
Okay, I was wondering if you knew about that one.
I was looking at it, but I'm like,
If you want to take it, you can. I got some other picks.
I'm like going through August too, man. I'm just going. Hmm. Hmm. You know what? Screw it. Let's go with Bad Guys 2.
Okay. So you got the bad guys too. I'm going to go with
Oh, Alex Coleman gave Thunderbolts a 4 star. Okay. 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 That's a good sign.
then for mine. I am not going to take Predator. I am going to take something that I think a lot of people are looking forward to. A lot of people are looking. Yes, it's a legacy sequel. I am going with Happy Gilmore 2.
I'm worried about that one, to be honest.
So, guys, I'm going to tell you guys the list. So, for Bilal's list, he's got Mission Possible, The Final Reckoning, How to Train Your Dragon, 28 Years Later, F1, Fantastic Four First Steps, The Karate Kid Legends, Bring Her Back, Lilo and Stitch, Hurry Up Tomorrow, and The Bad Guys 2.
Oh, that's a solid list right there, man.
My list, I got Superman, Weapons, Jurassic World Rebirth, Ballerina, Nobody 2, Final Destination Bloodlines, Clown in the Cornfield, Eddington, Thunderbolts, and Happy Gilmore 2. So, guys, let us know down in the comments who wins, me or Bilal.
You're pointing at yourself twice, man.
I'm pointing at you.
Bro, you're pointing your direction. You're doing it like this. You got.
Okay, it's the opposite. Okay, so for you,
Jeez.
for me, when I'm pointing at you,
Oh. Anyways.
yeah, that's how it
I mean,
is.
I guess we're out of here, man. I could finally
But
go to bed.
guys, with that being said, let us know down in the comments who has won, and also let us know down in the comments what your guys' thoughts on Sinners. And if you guys haven't seen Sinners yet, definitely go see in the biggest streaming possible IMAX or
And
IMAX 7
remember,
millimeter.
remember, if you dance with the devil, it'll follow you home.
Yes. So, guys, if you guys are watching the video version, hit that like button. If you want to stay with us, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification. It would tell us whenever we post, or tell you guys whenever we post podcast episodes, Cinematic Boys reviews. Hit that follow button. Let us know down in the comments also about any of that stuff I said before. And if you guys want to stay with us, hit that follow button, leave us a 5-star rating. But before we leave, when you guys hear from us next time, it will be this Sunday for the return of the Cinematic Boys reviews. When we do our review of Warrior, starring Tom
Yeah.
Hardy.
Joel
So,
Egerton.
guys, be ready for that review on Sunday. But, guys, when you guys hear us next time, it'll be Sunday for that review. So I'll see you guys Sunday.
Alright, but he's still alive. Don't worry about it. I might be a vampire on Sunday. Who fucking knows? crazy world they would live in. Shit, I might be a zombie. I don't know. Anyways, MBK out.